Okay, we're on Baba Kama, Perik Tet Mishnah Dalit. Fourth Mishnah in the ninth chapter of Mesechet Baba Kama. Anoten tzemer latzaba. You give wool to the dyer, the guy who is supposed to dye the wool. And when you dye it, you have to cook it in a pot in order to dye it in the dye. And you burned it. Kadach means you burned in the pot, in the yora, in the big cauldron. Then what? Then the dyer, he's negligent and he did a bad job and he ruined it. And just like you'd have to pay back, like an artisan would have to pay back if he ruined your wood, so too the dye guy has to pay back for the wool, the wool value. Okay, so now what happens if he dyed it? But he overdid it. He did a bad job in the dye. So then the halacha is it's what's called yado al hatachtona. Yado al hatachtona means that the guy who made the mistake, who is negligent, he has a disadvantage in deciding how much to be paid. Okay, so let's say he dyed it, okay, and it cost him, $10 in order to do the dyeing, okay, but the wool is now worth $15 more. So im hashebach yoter al hayitzia, if the shebach, the increase in value of the wool, is greater than the expense, then how much do you pay him? All you do is pay him his expenses. You don't have to pay him for the increase in value. Normally, the wool is now worth much more, he gets a certain fee. You don't pay him his fee, all you have to do is pay him his expenses. It's a machloket whether you pay him his expenses, just the dye, or also his time. All right, that's what the Rishonim talk about, the Gemara talks about. Okay, the im hayitzi'ah yetera al hashevach. But let's say his expenses are now, he didn't go up in value, went up in value a tiny amount. So the expenses his costs were greater than the increase in value, the shevach. Then all you do, you pay him the increase in value, meaning it's called yado ala tachtona. The dyer, he was negligent, so his hand is under. He has a disadvantage in demanding how much he should be paid. Meaning you say, yeah, I'll take the dye, I'll take the wool, it's bad dye, I'll deal with it. But now you only have to pay him the lesser of either his expenses or the increase in value. Next case, it's lo adom. You hired him to dye the wool red. Utzva'o shachor, but he did black. It's a classic. He made a mistake. Mixed up orders. Shachor utzva'o adam, black, and then he did red. You hired him for black, and he dyed it red. Rabbi Meir Omer notemo d'meit samar. Rabbi Meir says that's the same thing, okay, as if you ruined it. Meaning, because you hired him to do one thing and he did a good job, but he did something else. You don't want it, so he has to pay you back for your wool. Rabbi Yehuda says, no, it's not the same thing. Im hashebach yater al hayitzi'ah noten lo et hayitzi'ah. This is the same as if he did a bad job. So it's a really interesting question. When you hire somebody, okay, and he mistakes the order and doesn't give you what you want, is that as if he's kiktichato yora? Is as if he burned it, he ruined it? Or is it more like tziba'o cha'or? So the Tanakama says, okay, Rabbi Meir says, the meit samaro, it's like you ruined it. Because that's not what you asked for. Rabbi Yehuda says it's not what you ruined it, and it's like a bad job. This is the same thing. If the increase in value is more than the yitziyah, then the expenses, you just pay expenses. But if the expenses are more than the increase in value, then all you have to do is pay. All you have to do is pay the increase in value. So the Bartanura says, he says, if you want to buy it, then Rabbi Meir, you only have to pay the meit samro. You have to pay the value of the tzemer. But if you want to take, that means if you don't want to take it, okay, the guy has to give him the value of the wool. But if the guy wants the product, if the guy who ordered it says, no, I'll take it, then he has to pay full value. Whereas Rabbi Yehuda is saying, no, you don't have to pay full value. All you have to do is yado ala tachtona. He wasn't koneh, okay, and therefore yado ala tachtona, and it's a knas d'shina that he didn't do. He changed from the original order. All right, we'll stop here. And we'll dedicate our learning to Rabbi and my father, Harav Simcha Ben Yisra Kalman. Have a good day.